Alright, here we go, ladies and gents. Welcome to this different kind of reaction video. I kind of did this back in the summer one time for some New Japan. And this is some more New Japan. I don't know why I'm saying it like an absurd American. New Japan Pro Wrestling on my television set. Don't know. This is Wrestle Kingdom Day 2. From January 5th, this is the main event. This is the Gold Dash, double Gold Dash final that they did at the end of Wrestle Kingdom. It's going to be Okada versus Naito. That Okada glow-in-the-dark jacket is amazing. I do like Okada's theme. I like Naito's theme too. But Okada's wearing this long kind of glow-in-the-dark jacket. And last night, or yesterday, at Wrestle Kingdom, Okada beat Kota Ibushi, because Ibushi won the G1, which is the last time we did this sort of thing. I sat on this very couch, watching this very telly, on this very streaming service on New Japan World. I'm doing it the correct way because I'm a fan of professional wrestling. I don't want to steal, I want to watch things as properly as possible and support as properly as possible. When it comes and there's times where you have to watch it on daft illegal websites, then that time will come. But in terms of pay-per-views and ICW and New Japan, that sort of stuff, you got to do it the proper way, in my opinion. Because you want to get the best experience. Not only do you want to get the best experience to watch it, but you also want to like support, I guess I want to support the companies, you know. It's just the type of guy I am. Nah, I'm just saying, it's better to do that. Support wrestling. AEW is the other one. Watch it on Fight and AEW Plus, or even Impact, you know. I love Impact these days. Although I preferred them when they were blue. I'm not saying that just because I'm a Rangers fan, but just they've changed to red now and it's not the same. But Impact used to be red and then they changed to blue, and I was creeped out by the first change, but then I was getting used to the blue and then they changed back. It's a big long story, but that's Impact. This is New Japan we're watching here. Wrestle Kingdom, of course, the WrestleMania of Japan. Always on January 4th in the Tokyo Dome. And it was always January 4th, but this year they did a 2-day event, January 4th and 5th, because on January 4th they were going to do the G1 winner versus the champion, which was Ibushi versus Okada, and then the January 5th one here was going to be the unification, or not even unification, just like both titles, winner take all sort of thing. IWGP Heavyweight Champion versus Intercontinental Champion, and yesterday's show Naito beat Jay White, which was an alright match, nothing special. But Ibushi and Okada was incredible. Oh my god, what a match that was. I should have actually did this for that, but I guess it was early on in the morning when I was watching it and I wasn't prepared enough. It was just an amazing match between Okada and Ibushi, two of the best. Now we're here for Okada versus Naito the night after. And Naito is an incredibly popular performer. Very, very popular wrestler in New Japan. And it's not that I don't get it. I get the, you know, he's kind of like the anti-hero, he's like the cool kid, but he's also like 40. I don't get the hype as much as others. You know, and sometimes it takes a while for me to notice that, and sometimes it takes someone else saying something like that for me to go, oh yes, I agree with that, that's what I think now. And I read on Twitter somebody say they don't get Naito's hype, and I was like, yeah, I'm the same. I think he's good and stuff, but just he's nowhere near Okada or Ibushi or Ospreay or whoever. But here we go. This is going to be Okada versus Naito. I kinda know who wins, but I could be wrong. I saw a wee thing on social media. This isn't live, this is a few hours later. But I still want to watch and still want to get an idea for myself. Rematch before this, Chris Jericho defeated Hiroshi Tanahashi, which was a wee bit of a shocker. Not that, you know, Jericho won. Not that I was expecting Jericho to lose. Look at Red Shoes. Red Shoes is like picking who's getting the more cheers. These are the two most popular. You put Ibushi in here, Tanahashi and Ospreay, they're top 5. But Ibushi was showing some heel tactics, which is random and weird. Ibushi's not a heel. It doesn't look like a heel, it doesn't act like a heel. But if he does, I mean, if he does certain things, he'll become off more as a heel, obviously, like any wrestler would. But like, Naito's the heel, but he's still super popular, you know. Okada's just a great performer. And Okada's next level. But anyway, not that I was surprised that Jericho lost, or Jericho won. Not that I was expecting him to lose. However, because the stipulation of the match was that if Tanahashi won, then Tanahashi would get an AEW title match, and that would open a wee sort of partnership between AEW and New Japan, which would be incredible because New Japan just lost their TV deal with the US, and of course they're not on TV here in the UK, so if they could get into AEW, you get like so Okada and Ibushi and Naito and Tanahashi and Takahashi and Ospreay and Jay White and all that good stuff, all those amazing wrestlers on AEW, which would be on TNT and ITV and Fight, and that would open more eyes, you know. But apparently they cannot come to an agreement. New Japan are just weird, and I know I don't want to speak ill of anybody, but just the way New Japan do business. I don't work in the wrestling industry, sadly. I don't know the inner workings, you know. However, New Japan seem to be just a bit weird in terms of the way they operate. Even if something's so popular, and even if something's the most over thing in the world, if it's not what it's kind of like WWE, if it's not what they have planned, they'll just ignore it. They'll let it be its own wee thing. The benefit of that, though, let's like get massive, you know, and then eventually they come to it. But you know, like for example, the like it's taken however many years for Naito to main event the Tokyo Dome or whatever. You know, I think he main evented it in 2017 for the first time. And he should have he should have done it ages ago. But whatever, I mean, it's a weird thing. And also, New Japan do this thing with the music, where like they refuse to pay the copyright fees for the songs, but they still let the wrestlers use the songs in the arena. So the wrestlers have in their mind what they're going to come out to, and like obviously they do come out to it in the actual arena, but they just, in New Japan world, they just stream over it and just dub over this random, you know, obscure rock song. Like Jericho's coming out to Judas, his own song that he sings and he wrote. You know what I mean? And he like, but he can't. But not on New Japan world. He comes out to some like dun 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 dun, like just some random, like generic rock. But here we go. Obviously, this is going to be real. I'm not going to do play by play because obviously you can't see this. But I'm not going to risk showing. I'm just talking about doing things properly and legally. I don't want to show the footage on the screen, sadly, but you'll be able to hear hopefully what I'm reacting to. But it's really just the finish and the high spots and stuff I'm here to react to. I guess it's just kind of want to talk about New Japan and the Wrestle Kingdom throughout this video. So the match is obviously going to go longer than half an hour. Excuse my voice today. Naito sells DDTs very well. Here's the cover. Yeah, it's my first video of the day. Sometimes this happens to my voice. No excuse. I'm not warmed up properly. But I got some water. I got a bottle of water. I know this is bad for the environment. I don't tend to have plastic bottles anymore, but they're in the fridge, so. So yes, Wrestle Kingdom was another success. Another notable match was Ospreay versus Takahashi for the junior heavyweight title. It was Takahashi's kind of return. I know he came back a couple of weeks ago for a tag match or something, but his first singles match back, his first big match back, and he won back the junior heavyweight title from Ospreay. And Takahashi's great, however, Ospreay is the best. In 2019, I think Ospreay was Wrestler of the Year for me. And that's amazing to think because obviously he's not on TV every week like other people are, you know. However, just the quality of the matches and the hype of the matches and getting behind someone, like, I mean, I went through a phase in the summer where, like, I would say Will Ospreay was my favourite wrestler. I remember being in the pool in Gran Canaria de Puerto Rico back in the summertime, and I was just, like, constantly trying to do, like, Ospreay's weird, mad poses and, like, in the water and singing his theme song, and he has the best theme song in the game. And that's what I mean, how, like, they just refused to pay the music rights for his song all of a sudden. So, you know, something that I would honestly, genuinely look forward to. And that's not even just for New Japan, that's anything. I look forward to the entrances. If I like the theme songs, I look forward to hearing them in the arenas and seeing the wrestlers come out to them. So part of the appeal for Ospreay and New Japan was like his entrance, and he came out with a sword and the mad cool costume and with that great song, which was elevated by It Lives, It Breathes, I think the band's called. and it just always comes out and does these mad poses, and he's in this cool attire with this song. It's just the coolest entrance. That along with Cody's in AEW and whoever else, you know what I mean? The good theme songs in the business. Undisputed Era would be another one. But they just stopped paying Ospreay's theme, even though the song says Ospreay in the lyrics. These things like right over their head. So then people started kicking up a fuss, and then they went, all right, okay, and then they managed to get to an agreement. But like Ospreay had to kind of go out his way to do it. But I love the fact that even Jericho came out here, and obviously because he's not a regular, you know what I mean? It's a one-off. And I understand it's a lot of money, but like, surely you would just pay it for the big event. It just looks a bit amateurish, like Jericho's coming out, one of the greatest wrestlers ever, and he's coming out to some mad random guitar riff instead of his actual song. But the match was good between Jericho and Tanahashi. Better than expected, because Tanahashi is struggling to feckin' walk these days, isn't he? He's really struggling. He's just getting on about it. He's just had so many years of like putting his body through so much, and these high-fly flow frog splashes to the floor, and you know, over the barricade, and these incredible like bumps on the apron and stuff. It's just all catching up with him. He's in his 40s now too. He's been doing it for like 20 years. You know, and people like Naito, that's going to happen to him soon, and Ibushi and stuff. Oh. And it was even catching up with Ospreay during the G1. Like, he had that bad neck and a concussion and a bad ankle. And Ibushi had the bad ankle. Like, they're lucky it's just that. Look at Tanahashi, he's in some shape. But then, like, Wrestle Kingdom, they're saying that like Wrestle Kingdom wouldn't be the same without Tanahashi. It's like doing WrestleMania without John Cena. But obviously it can happen, but just in people's heads, it's just weird not to have that, you know. Tanahashi would be the John Cena of New Japan. And that would be a dream match, I think. Tanahashi versus Cena. Can you imagine? Who would win? Probably Cena. Who else? What other dream matches would there be? Okada versus Randy Orton was one I thought of. Seth Rollins versus Kota Ibushi. Who would Naito wrestle? Naito and Reigns would be a great match. Or you do Reigns versus John Moxley. I don't know. Moxley won the US title from Lance Archer, who has had a breakout year. Lance Archer came out of random, like, total obscurity and just has been awesome. And then Moxley won the title night one and defended it against Juice Robinson, who used to be CJ Parker in NXT, who I hated in NXT. He was my least favourite wrestler in NXT. And I guess he's better now, but, you know, when you don't like someone, I tend to like most people. I tend to like most wrestlers and most performers and stuff, but that's just, when you don't like someone, it's just kind of sticks with you. It just looks daft, Juice Robinson. And he's not any, you know, he's good and stuff, but he's just nothing special. You put him against Moxley and Naito and Okada and stuff, and you're like, you do not belong here. But no ill will against Juice. He's making a living and he's doing well. I heard he's a good guy. So yeah, what other matches in Wrestle Kingdom did I watch? There's too many multi-man tag matches, and it happens every year. There's people like Shingo Takagi and Tomohiro Ishii and people like that who I actually like. Robbie Eagles, Chase Owens, El Phantasmo. These people who I like, you know, who, we need to talk about Liger. These people who I like, who are in these 8-man tags and stuff, and I'm like, they don't mean anything, you know. I'm not going to watch it. Taiji Ishimori was in it as well. Bad Luck Fale, who is hit or miss, you know. So I just skip them because it's like they mean nothing. They're a waste of 12 minutes. Shingo Takagi should be in a massive match. He's one of the best in the whole world. That Shingo and Ospreay match was just unbelievable back in the summertime. Yeah, so Liger, it was Jushin Thunder Liger's retirement. And very emotional. Night one, he was in a mad random Legends 8-man tag, and then his last match was a tag match. He teamed up with Sano versus, I believe it was Takahashi and El Phantasmo. But it could have been, I think it was El Phantasmo. It was the first match I watched, obviously, of this show. And this show, I'm watching this a wee bit late because there was a problem with the frame rate. Another New Japan World thing. It's like, we'll just do this frame rate just now, then we'll fix it later. When that can happen. You can't just fix it later. When people all over the world are expected to watch, whatever, it's fixed now, it doesn't matter. Where like the frame rate really slowed everything down and it was all laggy and stuff like that. this is a lot better now. This is the proper frame rate. I had to watch Jericho and Tanahashi and the mad weird lag. I might end up watching that match again. I'm going to watch the Takahashi and Ospreay match from yesterday too, or day 1. January 4th. So yeah, Liger, an incredible career. My question is he going to do a Terry Funk? Because I feel like he's retired loads of times, or I've seen the Liger retirement tour loads of times, and I don't have an issue with him not retiring because he's one of the best ever. Oh my God, what a boot! But you know what I mean? Like, it's just like, is he retired? I hope he is, because it was a beautiful send off, and I'm sure I think they had like a ceremony today at New Year's Dash, which I've not seen yet, so I don't know. But I saw a video of Tanahashi crying. I thought maybe it was from that. But yeah, one of the best ever. You want to talk about longevity? Back in the early 90s, he was one of the first kind of people that I kind of like took note of, that I knew was like a pure obscure wrestler. You know, he was in WWE, so I didn't know him. And when I was younger, when someone's in WWE, you feel like you know that person and you feel like you can connect with them. He was one of the ones that obviously wasn't there. Big flapjack. Okada's timing is impeccable. That's what I mean against Orton. Orton's timing is impeccable, and so's Okada's. But anyway, yeah, back in the day, you see pictures and video clips of Liger from like WCW or even from Japan and stuff, and then later TNA and wherever else he'd wrestle. And it wasn't until I was, you know, a wee bit older that I could watch his stuff and appreciate him and stuff. Seeing his matches with Brian Pillman and Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero in WCW. And then obviously watching his New Japan stuff, that sort of thing. But he was kind of a little bit past when I kind of got into stuff. You have to watch older stuff. There's not many really recent stuff that he was, you know, really involved in that were classics and stuff. The new generation totally have, you know, overshadowed him, because the stuff the stuff that Liger was doing back in his heyday was like revolutionary, obviously. But of course we've seen it all now. You know, it's like anything. Nothing can really blow us away anymore because we've seen it all. That's why people like Ospreay come along and just blow your socks off, because you literally see things that you've never seen before with Will Ospreay, and even Shingo Takagi and Takahashi and people like that, and even Okada to an extent. You, like the way that Okada paces a match and times out a match and puts together a match, you're like, how did you not see this before? Big elbow drop. But yeah, New Japan is one of those ones where I can't watch every week. It's so draining, and it's so... Here's the wide shot. Time for the Rainmaker early. Rainmaker. I just can't watch it every week. It's like it has to be this sort of special occasion. Like the G1's different because you know you're in for the long run, the long haul. And even the Best of Super Juniors is different as well, because again, you're the same. And then Wrestle Kingdom comes along, and the show is 5 hours long, and usually has like 4 or 5 matches that are over half an hour, and they're just epic matches. You're just like, oh my God, like I can't watch anymore. Feel a bit like that with New Japan. I'd feel like that as well, but I'm so used to like WWE being every week and stuff, you're kind of used to it, and that sort of thing. Oh, big spine buster, nice. So this is one of the biggest matches in New Japan history, you know, considering the fact that both titles were on the line. Going forward, what will happen, you know. Going forward, what changes, and, you know, stories going forward. I kind of saw it. The reason I know who kind of wins, I saw something that happened after the match, but I guess we'll talk about it when it happens. Going for a big Frankensteiner off the top. But New Japan have done a good job in terms of getting that English American, that kind of American and UK base, you know, in terms of getting Kevin Kelly and Rocky Romero and the Gino guy doing the commentary for almost every show, you know. It helps big time. It has to help, you know. These things are like, a problem with New Japan was that it was just all Japanese, and just, you know, if you didn't want to listen to the Japanese commentary, which I just couldn't get into, you know, it was interesting and kind of fun to listen to, something different, but if you don't know what they're saying, you know, there's only so much you can listen to. But I know a lot of people who prefer to listen to the original commentary, you know, but each to their own, I guess, I don't know. But here we go. Typical Naito, he went for a big club to the face, faked it, kicked him in the gut. Shotgun drop kick by Okada. I don't know if his volume, what you can hear. I understand you can't see it, so it's kind of weird. My 2019 match of the year was Okada versus Ospreay from the G1. In terms of all wrestling, I think the best match I saw all year was that one for me. I know a lot of people preferred Cody versus Dustin, and you have every right to say that because that was my number 2. And then my number 3 would have been Gargano and Cole. Either the first one or the second one, when either of them won the title for the first time. Huge moments. You know, when Gargano won the title for the first time, it was a big moment, and then Cole finally won the title. Big drop kick off the top rope to the floor. Okada's drop kick. Legendary. So yeah, those are my top 3 matches of 2019. Ospreay, Okada, Cody, Dustin, Gargano, Cole. All 3 of them. These are matches that you can connect to and totally relate to and get obsessed with. It's not just your average match. And there was a lot of good matches in 2019 that ended up being just your average match compared to them, you know. I think of Kofi Kingston versus Daniel Bryan. That's special, you know, because of what it means and stuff like that, what it means. And in other matches as well, there was a few good NXT ones, you know, Tyler Bate and Walter and Pete Dunne. Adam Cole and Pete Dunne, a bunch of other ones. Andrade and Rey Mysterio from SmackDown back in January of 2019 was a good one. But these are just matches, and then you look at matches like Okada and Ospreay, where it's like things that matter and like stories that you can get emotional over. Cody and Dustin, you know, greeting at a wrestling match. That's what makes a match go from great to just being special and a match of the year, you know. These are 5-star matches, whatever that means. I know it's all subjective, but, you know, they have to be rated somehow.
This is insurance, gentlemen.
Oh dear. Oh! Leg breaker over the barricade onto the table. That sounded like a gunshot. If they show the replay, you wouldn't hear it. That's a slow one. Sound like a gunshot. I do like how New Japan like worship their titles. You know what I mean? They always have them on these nice stands and they always mean a lot. I think that's really cool. Unlike WWE, that it doesn't, it don't matter. They just changed the fucking design of the Intercontinental title in WWE, and it's like, that's not the Intercontinental title, but we'll get used to it, I guess. What we need to do is create fancy title designs for the world titles. You see how beautiful the AEW title is, and the New Japan title is, and even the Impact title is beautiful. The WWE one, I think the WWE one's nice. I like the WWE one and the Universal. How they're the exact same except they've got different coloured straps, but I do kind of miss the distinctiveness of some of the designs. But surely if there's a count out, the title can't change hands, so surely... Well, then Okada would win his title, but I do like how they mount... Jesus. That was the closest 10 count or 20 count I've ever seen. Okada on the top. Big drop kick, my god. Cover. New Japan love to milk the outside counts, don't they? And there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. It just happens all the time, you know. Every big match does the 10 count or the 20 count, gets the 19 or whatever. I mean, so does every company, but New Japan have, you know, kind of do it the most because they have the guy saying it into the microphone so you kind of know every count. Sounds more epic, I guess, I don't know. Go for a German. Naito fighting out, but he hits the German anyway. My God, they just don't care about their fucking necks. All their heads are in. You know who's the worst for that? Ibushi. Just loves to land on the top of his head. Rainmaker blocked. Big tornado DDT. Nice, this is a very back and forth matchup. Rocky Romero's came on to be a very good commentator. I really like him. I remember seeing it when he was learning and Kevin Kelly was like giving him instructions. You could see the instructions being given at ringside, which I thought was really cool. You never see that. Someone learning how to be a commentator on the job. It was very interesting. And now he's great. Kevin Kelly, one of the best in the business, doesn't get enough credit. He is the anchor to these matches. These matches go on for 40 minutes and 50 minutes and they're 5 stars and 6 stars, and Kevin Kelly's right there for them all, and he never phones it in. He's always there. He's always great. You know, people like Mauro Ranallo get a lot of praise, rightfully so, and Michael Cole gets a lot of hate, which is not deserved whatsoever. Michael Cole is very good at his job, because that's a totally different, oh my word, dropped him in his head. WWE commentary is not the same as any other commentary, you know. JR and Excalibur get, you know, praised a lot. Tony Schiavone, Taz on AEW, but Kevin Kelly's right up there, man. Michael Cole is very good at his job, and I don't get why people don't like the way he shouts about how, you know, it's the big dog and it's boss time. But it's like, imagine getting slagged and getting like abuse online for doing your job. That's what he's told to say. Imagine being enthusiastic and trying to get talent over. Oh my God, crazy, right? But people just don't see that. People just hear that and go, Michael Cole sucks and is a bad commentator. He wouldn't be there if he was a bad commentator. What is this? They're on the top rope. He's got reverse Rana off the fucking top. Okada landed right in his head. 2. Wow. We're so trained now that it's going to be a false finish. Jesus. Right on the back of his head. We're so trained. You know, it's going to be a false finish. He's got to hit the Destino. And here it is. Naito going for it, but Okada blocking. Naito's laughing. Oh, big Enziguri. Oh, I love that flying forearm he does. He's caught with the Rainmaker. Ducks it. Going for another DDT, maybe. Oh. Oh, that flying forearm is beautiful. It's like Shawn Michaels. Destino. Oh. Oh! I knew it was coming. Look out, Destino. Oh! Is that it? No. Wow. So I was just talking about the flying forearm he does. I saw the Irish whip coming and I knew he was going to catch him in the drop kick, and he did. Destino. I like his finisher. It doesn't look particularly devastating or anything, but I like how it's kind of over. You know what I mean? It wasn't the end there, but it tends to be usually. There's no way in this sort of match, the main event in the Tokyo Dome, it's going to end after one finisher. Okada needs to hit at least 3 Rainmakers before it can even think about being over. But I thought maybe it would have been because of that reverse runner from the top. Another Destino. He's been caught. He's got the arm. Rainmaker tucks it. Drop kick again. Oh my God. Okada is unbelievable. Took me a while to buy into him, which now thinking about it is weird. But I think it's a problem when like everybody tells you someone is amazing. You know, you have the highest, you know what I mean? The highest expectation possible. And then when he's not as great as you, he's not the greatest wrestler ever, he's not as good, you know? But I know a lot of people who think that Okada's the greatest wrestler ever, you know? Who am I to say otherwise? He's not mine. He's one of the absolute best in the world. You know? Both guys are down. I wonder how long this is going to go on for. I know I've got at least 45 minutes worth of video storage on my phone because I posted that Blu-ray collection video directly from my phone a couple of days ago. That was 45 minutes long. So we've got another 15 minutes to go in case this goes on. I got a feeling it'll be over within the next 5 to 7 minutes. Which is still a long time considering the fact I've been going for all this time. Maybe I should have started filming at the start of the match instead of Okada's entrance. It's going to go on an hour. Who knows? Just by pacing wise, I think this will be over within the next 10 minutes anyway. Superb match. Night 1 of Wrestle Kingdom this year was 40,000 in attendance. The second night was 30,000. It shows you the difference. 10,000 difference, you know. Look at Okada laughing. I can't recommend that Okada Ibushi match enough. This is great too, but there was something about that Ibushi match, Ibushi playing a sort of heel role, which as I said earlier was a bit weird. I'd recommend checking that one out before you check. I mean, you should check out both and see the story, you know. The story of watching Okada beat Ibushi. I was going to say spoiler, but he's in this match. And then facing Naito here. I'd also recommend Jericho and Tanahashi. Apologies for it getting dark. It's about 2 in the afternoon and it is so dull and dark outside and grey. I can't really rely on natural lighting. Look at Okada's face. That's why he's so popular, because the Japanese public love things like that. That superhero-like environment. That superhero-like presence. Spat right in his face. Exchanging forearms and elbows here. Both of them are kind of giggling and laughing. That shot there of the Tokyo Dome where the camera's really low and you can see the ceiling. Epic shot. Looks great. Okada ducks under, goes to the Rainmaker. Big slap to the face. Oh. Oh! That Rainmaker. I love when Okada does that. He hits the Rainmaker and then goes, "Dah!" It's a great impression. Here we go. Another Rainmaker. Ducks it. Destino! Catches him. Tombstone. Boom! Corkscrew Tombstone reversal of the Destino. And here it goes. Big Rainmaker. Oh my good lord. It's going to kick out here. Great shot of the crowd. 30 minutes, he said. Listen to the crowd. I love at this sort of dramatic point of a Japanese wrestling match because the Japanese crowds have got this reputation for being very respectful and quiet, and they are. But do you know what's even more respectful? When they're making that noise at this point in a match. And so should every wrestling crowd. When a match of this caliber is going on, it should not be, we're used to, okay, it should be that buzz. It makes a match. You hardly get it in WWE anymore, which is a shame because there's some really good matches there and they don't get like recognised because the crowd are just dead. Another Tombstone. Naito's fighting out of it. He's going to hit him with a Destino on the way down. No, okay. I thought that would have been too cool.
Escaping by the skin of his teeth.
It's getting to the point where all these matches, like these main events and stuff, whether it be the G1 or Power Struggle or, you know, Wrestle Kingdom and all these things, Dominion, they're always so epic, you know. So you kind of lose track of which one's which. He keeps spitting his fucking face. That's a good way of looking at it. I mean, Naito's character as a heel, but he's so popular. But it's like that spit in the face of people who kind of defied me or whatever, you know. People like that. Okada working on the leg now, the knee. And boos. He's doing nothing wrong. He's working on the injured body part. Okada's so great. Look at him. He's like, he's doing it again. Wow. He's doing nothing wrong. Not breaking the rules at all. There's some Okada chants now. Yeah, nothing personal about this. I like that. I've hurt my elbow. I don't know how. Just woke up this morning and it's so stiff. Sore. Big clothesline. Still got wrist control. I love that. He's just got a hold of the wrist. Means that you're in trouble, man. Another one. Firing up for this last Rainmaker, surely. Ducks it. Destino. I saw Okada looking at the ref. God damn it. Ruins it a bit. You kind of know when the 2 count is coming. Do you know who's really bad for that? Moxley. Ambrose. He's like that to the ref when he's counting. You got to think next big finisher is going to be it. Big scoop and a slam. Naito going to go up top. Oh, this. Oh my goodness. Some had Phoenix Splash and they were going, no, don't do it, you got a bad knee. Brilliant. Great storytelling. Again, Kevin Kelly on commentary. 35 minutes. I thought this match was 33 minutes, so clearly I'm wrong. The phone could stop at any moment. That's okay. I would like to capture my reaction of the ending though, because that was the whole point, I think. 35-minute match, Destino again. Okada catches him, going for another tombstone. No. Oh! Wow. Wow. Tetsuya Naito.
30,000 plus fans jumped out of their seats.
There you go, Naito. The first ever double champion. Great match. You know, I'm more of an Okada guy, but you can't question a performance like that.
There it is official. Tetsuya Naito. This is
Now, since we've gone on so long, I'm going to turn the camera off here. However, I know Kenta comes out, Hideo Itami, and attacks Naito with both belts. So you're thinking it's going to be Kenta versus Naito next. But I don't see Kenta winning the title. He might win one of them, I suppose. But it just shows you how much the belts mean, that it's such a big deal when someone wins both.
He went to that top of the Stardust press. I was losing my mind. And then when Okada kicked out, I lost what was left of my mind. And it didn't end there.
Yeah, good stuff, guys. Well, I think I preferred the Ibushi Okada match from night one. However, what a great match, what a great finish to this weekend of Wrestle Kingdom. And then New Year's Dash was today, so I guess if I hear anything good happen there, I'll check that out too. But yeah, go subscribe to New Japan World, support wrestling, support New Japan, support matches of this caliber. When are we ever going to see matches of this standard again? We're so lucky to be living in this era. So yeah, big thumbs up. Thanks for watching this whole time if you did. If not, I don't care about you. I'm only joking. Yeah, good stuff. Naito is your double champion. Awesome match. Till next time, folks, thanks very much for watching. Take care of yourselves. And I'll catch you all down the road, man.